Now joining me in studio to discuss Rigoletto, being put on by the Tri-Cities Opera, stage director Patrick Hansen and lead role of Rigoletto, Timothy Lefevre. Hello guys, how you doing today?
Hi. Great.
Good, thank you for joining me today. So start off, just tell me a little bit about Tri-Cities Opera, how things are going, things like that.
Well, Tri-Cities Opera is celebrating its 75th anniversary, which is kind of an amazing thing that opera has been here in the Tri-Cities area for 75 years.
Yeah, of course.
This is a big production to celebrate that.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about this show coming up.
We're ending the almost second week of rehearsal now, so we've been staging things and we have things pretty much in place to start doing some run-throughs of the acts, and so the staging rehearsals have been going very well. And it's one of those operas that is it's so great to perform because Verdi is a master with voice and with dramatic intention, and so it's just an amazing opera. So.
Yeah, so I know that it's not really like a show with characters and things like that. It's really music coming to life. So can you tell me what people can expect when they go to watch and what they're going to be seeing?
It's a great story. So yeah, it's a story that's sung for sure, and there's a big orchestra and there's powerful music, and there's this sonic boom of live voices that are not mic'd, and they just fill the space. It's kind of amazing, actually, the dynamics from soft to super loud that a human being can make, actually, like Tim can make. And they're going to see a story that's really, it's sort of a double love story. It's a love story between a father and his daughter, and that sort of relationship that they have, and the father's trying to protect the daughter, but unfortunately the daughter falls in love with the wrong kind of guy. And then there's a plot of vengeance, and this was a show that when it was first done in the 1850s was super scandalous and shocking to people. And it's actually based on a play that was, when it was first performed in France, it was banned after one performance because they thought it was so shocking.
Interesting.
So people will see love, they'll hear love music, they'll hear beautiful love duets, and then they'll see some really cool party scenes at the Duke's Palace.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful costumes.
Perfect. And then, so Tim, you've done this role before.
Yeah.
So how does it feel to be able to return here to Binghamton and redo that?
It's great to step back into this role. I've done it 3 other times before now, so this is the 4th production I've done actually of Rigoletto, and so each time you just find different things and find different ways to grow within the character. But for this character, I just love that there are so many parts of this drama that I can realize. And so you have the court jester on one hand, who's a servant of the court, and he has to entertain, he has to make fun, he has to sometimes be a little vulgar with his comments, but he's just about entertainment. And then he comes home and he's all about being a father to his daughter. He protects her from everything, does not let her out, and just wants to have the best home life for her. So you have this duality character, that this crazy over-the-top guy in his work, and then he comes home and he's a father who cares so much.
Yeah, and from the first time that you played this role or were in this role to now, have you really taken anything from it and kind of interpreted it different, with maybe growing with it almost?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the easiest things to say is that when I first did it, I did not have a daughter yet. And so I had a daughter before the final performance, and so that certainly changed the way I looked at this role as a father. And so the ending is just so much more powerful, having a father's dynamic and emotions to pull on. Before that, it was, okay, I kind of understand what's happening, but there's nothing to describe what it feels like to be a father and to sing the final part of this opera. So that has certainly grown a lot since I've first done this.
I love that you can embody that kind of fully, and I love that answer as well. So tell me about where you guys perform. I know you said like the vocals and the sound is like unreal. So how does the venue where you guys play help that out?
Well, Tim has performed at the Forum many, many times, but it's right downtown. It's a beautiful theater that is like perfect for opera. It's a small enough theater that you can really experience the voice in an intimate way, but also feel the orchestra and the voices and the chorus all culminating together.
And the great thing about the performance and the theater is that we'll have opera titles in English posted above the proscenium, so you'll be able to see the translation and understand the story as it goes along. So.
Okay, awesome. So you live in Ohio now.
Yes.
And you said you lived in Canada?
Yes.
So how does it feel coming back to Binghamton and always making the trip out and being able to perform at our big theater here?
Well, for me, I lived in Ithaca for about 7 or 8 years because I taught at Ithaca College for a long time. And so that's where we both had, my wife and I had our 2 sons up in Ithaca. So like we were first parents in this, upstate New York feel, and the apple orchards and the pumpkin patches. Like there's just something really wonderful about coming back here, I have to say. It's been quite lovely. This is my third production I've done at Tri-Cities.
All right, awesome. How about you?
Yeah, and I was here for 20 years. I came in 1990, actually, for the master's program in Binghamton University. And so I stayed on after that graduate program and just became a resident artist with Tri-Cities Opera after that. And then I left in 2010 to go and teach at Oberlin. But I come back several times during the year, often to sing with Binghamton Downtown Singers as well. They have an annual Messiah performance, so I'm seen there often. And we were here 20 years, so it's just a community that I've really grown to love. So
yeah, this is a nice place where you can always come back home. I always say that if I ever moved away, I know I could always come back here and feel that welcoming feeling.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, if they don't really go to operas, what advice would you give? Like, why would you tell them that they should really try it out for the first time?
Well, live theater is so different than sitting in your living room and watching, streaming or something.
Yeah.
And even when people watch opera on streaming in the living room, it's not the same. There's just something about human beings all coming together to create like a 2 hours of brilliant music and acting on the stage, mixed with all of the orchestral players playing and the conductor waving his hands. And there's, if you're not necessarily a music fan, you can come for the story. If you're not really into the stories, you can come for the music. If you're just a visual person, you can come for the costumes. If, like me, you're sort of ADHD, you can come for all of those things.
Okay.
And your brain can be like, oh, the costumes, oh, oh, this, or that, and you can sort of go back and forth. I think sometimes people think opera is one thing.
right.
And it's totally not. There are funny operas, there are tragic operas. This opera is a tragic opera, but there are some lighthearted moments in it.
Right.
And the magic of Verdi is that he is able to, with his dramatic intention and the music, tell the story without you even knowing what the translation is, because you'll understand what's happening on the stage, because he was a brilliant composer.
Yeah, he was.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, if people want to find more information, how can they go about doing so?
So tickets are available from the box office at 772-0400. Afternoons, I believe, 12 to 5, Monday through Friday. So you can call that number.
Okay, perfect. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today, and have fun, and thanks for coming back to Binghamton.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, of course, of course. For those of you who might have missed those details, Tri-Cities Opera presents Verdi's Rigoletto, a gripping tale of honor, deception, and tragic revenge, performed for one night only on Sunday, April 27th at the Forum Theater in downtown Binghamton. Returning to the TCO stage in the title role is nationally acclaimed baritone Timothy Lefevre, a longtime favorite of local audiences and a former resident artist. Tickets are now available at Tri-Cities Opera.